Good morning. This is Erwin St. Rose reporting for WKEJ News in Chicago. Jimmy Butler's return couldn't have been any more timely. And now that he's back, he's the Chicago Bulls' only hope. On Saturday night, Butler played his first game of the month after missing the Bulls' last 11 with a left knee strain suffered on February 5th in Denver. The team's 108-100 win over the Houston Rockets also features surprise returns of Nikola Mirotic and Taj Gibson, giving Chicago as close to a fully healthy roster as it'll have, which will keep Noah out for the year with a dislocated shoulder. He's huge, teammate Cruz said. Whenever he's got the ball, you've got to stick to both of us. It's hard to pay attention to both of us when we're on the court, and we've got to catch the ball to the live dribble, so that helps the team a lot. When we stop people, we're very dangerous. With the shooters that we have, and the way me and Jimmy put pressure on the defense, with just over 2 minutes left on Saturday, Butler fouled out, ending his night with 24 points on 6-13 shooting. He also had 11 rebounds and 6 assists. Not bad for having to shake off any rust, considering his averages on the season are 22 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. The win put the Bulls back above 500 and into the 8th seed in the crowded lower half of the Eastern Conference playoff race. A recent lackluster play put the Bulls in dangerous danger of missing the postseason for the first time since 2008. Kesha got emotional while receiving a visibility award for her work in the LGBT community at the Human Rights Campaign's 2016 National Equality Dinner this weekend. Pop singer 29, who recently denied an injunction to be released from her Sony contract with music supported Dr. Luke, took the stage to thank those who supported her during her ongoing legal battle. For any of you who know, I'm going through some personal things that have been really intense and hard lately. I just wanted to say thank you for any support I've received, she said. The message today is don't be afraid to speak up against any injustice you experience, she continued. Don't let people scare or shame you into changing the things about you that make you unique. Kesha filed a lawsuit against Dr. Luke, 42, in October 2014, claiming that she was sexually, physically, and emotionally abusive toward her since she's had a record deal with him at age 18. She also claimed that he forced drugs and alcohol on her in an attempt to make sexual advances. You are all beautiful just as you are, she told the audience after dinner, before explaining that the lawsuit allowed her to actually do something positive in the world. That's why my message has always been about yourself. We really have to love each other and support each other, Kesha said, with tears in her eyes. Believe me, when I sing these words, I'm talking to myself most of the time. With just 8 days until the Illinois primary election, the presidential campaign arrives this week. Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, John Kasich, and former President Bill Clinton are all scheduled to hit the city or suburbs to fire up supporters ahead of the March 15th Republican and Democratic primaries. On the Democratic side, the campaigns of Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders are up with TV ads, and both appear to be spending heavily. Preliminary reports with local television stations show that former Secretary of State Clinton is spending more than $446,000 to advertise on CBS Channel 2, NBC Channel 5, and WGN Channel 9, purchasing 341 ads. Those figures don't include other stations that have not filed their federal reports. Vermont Senator Sanders is also on the air, spending more than $184,000 for the 56 commercials airing on NBC Channel 5 and WGN Channel 9. Sanders also is airing unusually long 1-minute ads on several local radio stations. In addition, the super political action committee backing Florida Senator Marco Rubio, Conservative Solutions PAC, spending more than $500,000 on 190 ads airing on ABC Channel 7, NBC Channel 5, and WGN Channel 9, reports show. The ads attack GOP frontrunner Donald Trump. The legacy of Nancy Reagan, whose death at 94 was announced this weekend, is being remembered as a big and accomplished force that lasted long beyond her or her husband's 8 years in the White House. Former Secretary of State Colin Powell, who served as National Security Advisor under Ronald Reagan, recalled how he began working with the administration in the tumultuous aftermath of the Iran-Contra scandal. She was looking to us as the force that stabilized the White House, Powell told NBC TV. She made sure that that's what you were doing, because the president didn't like to face people head-on and say, "You're out," Powell said she would act. She didn't shout at anybody, Powell said, but if there was a dissatisfaction anywhere in the White House, it was made known to us and we fixed it. Nancy Reagan also worked behind the scenes to drive some of the president's most consequential decisions, such as how we handled the United States' potentially explosive relationship with the Soviet Union. She encouraged him to make the deal, NBC News' Tom Barker told NBC, not just on their terms, but on our terms. Brokaw added that the First Lady became one of the 2 or 3 most important political advisors in the present administration. Shortly after she and her husband left the White House, Nancy Reagan, along with her husband, supported the Brady Bill, the landmark gun control measure named after the president's former press secretary who was shot and permanently disabled during the assassination attempt on the president in 1981. But it was her medical research advocacy that would most define her post-White House life. After announcing that the former president was suffering from Alzheimer's disease in 1994, the couple launched the Ronald and Nancy Reagan Research Institute, an effort that expanded research, experimented with new treatments, and ultimately aimed to cure the disease. Among the most promising developments Nancy Reagan discovered was stem cell research. Despite opposition from anti-abortion Republicans, it was a pursuit to champion. As Nancy Reagan wrote to President George W. Bush in April 2001, Ronnie, who was then 90, was struggling in a world unknown to me or the scientists who devote their lives to Alzheimer's research. Because of this, I am determined to do what I can to save others from this pain and anguish, she wrote. I'm writing, therefore, to ask your help in supporting what appears to be the most promising path to a cure. A U.S. airstrike has killed more than 150 al-Shabab militants in Somalia, the Pentagon says. Spokesman Captain Jeff Davis said the strike hit a training camp where a large-scale attack was being planned. We know that they were going to be the part of a camp and they pose an imminent threat to the U.S. and African Union forces, Captain Davis said. Initial assessments are that more than 150 terrorist fighters were eliminated. He added, Mr. Davis said the strike by both drones and manned aircraft took place this weekend and targeted the Russell camp, a training facility about 120 miles north of the capital, Mogadishu. The camp had been under surveillance for some time, according to Mr. Davis. There was a sense that the operational phase was about to happen. He said the group has said it has carried out a string of recent attacks, including the twin bombing at a busy restaurant in the Somali city of Bado last month. Also on Monday, the Australian Navy said it had seized a huge catch of weapons on a fishing boat off the coast of Oman that was apparently headed for Somalia. Grenade launchers, machine guns, and 2,000 assault rifles were also concealed under fishing boats. This has been Erwin St. Rose reporting for the WKEJ News in Chicago. Have a great day. Until next time, Chicago.